Tonight, the 27th day of the month of Adar, seems to have like contradictory messages. 27 in Hebrew is Chav Zayin. We reverse these two letters. Zach. Zach means purity. As it says about the menorah, Shemen Zai Zach, that the oil which was used for the lighting of the candelabra in the Beis Hamikdash was Shemen Zai Zach, pure olive oil. Zach, purity. Yet, this reminds us of a very sad and very painful day, when in 1992, on a Monday, corresponding to March 2nd at that time, the Rebbe, while praying at the gravesite of the previous Rebbe, his father-in-law, where he would go pray for the well-being of the Jewish people and whatever else he did over there, he used to communicate, by the way, with his father-in-law. Unfortunately, he suffered there a severe stroke. And from that moment on, his speech was taken away from him. So how does this correspond? Painful, yet zach, purification. So let's discuss this in a moment. But before that, let us say thank you to Hashem for all the miracles and for the ultimate miracle that any second now we will see the Rebbe taking us out of Goddess. So Mizmar l'soid orila adene kol haaretz ivdos adene b'simcha boilu von abernona du kadene elehim hu asanu v'lo nachnam b'tzem barisa b'yushav b'soid achatzoisa b'sila hoyde lebachu shmei kitoy v'adene le'lam chazdoi v'yadoyu v'doyu emunasoi. Some tzedakah, my dear friends. And here's the thought I want to share with you. Pain and redemption seems to be going hand in hand. There's a pasuk that we say every day in the services. It's a pasuk in Tehillim. Ki rega ba'apoi chaim birtzoinoi ba'erev yolin bechi v'la'boi kerino. At night, there may be weeping, but in the morning comes joy. At night is a metaphor for darkness. Even when during the darkness, during the exile, during the difficult, challenging moments, one weeps, and that's normal. Yet one has to realize, in the morning, when the light appears, there's a joy. What does that mean? In a sense, what it means that really, that light which we see in the morning, the joy for which we rejoice in the morning, was actually there at night. We just didn't see it. And in fact, when we look in history, before every redemption, there was a moment of darkness. We're coming close to Pesach, the story of coming out of Egypt. The last moments before coming out of Egypt were the most difficult ones, were the most challenging ones, to the point that Moshe Rabbeinu complained to God, why have you made it even more difficult? In the story of Purim, we just celebrated 2 weeks ago, before the great miracle of Purim, was the terrible decree of total annihilation of the Jewish people. In fact, the Gemara has this expression, Ein ben David bo elo behesach hadas. Ben David, Mashiach, doesn't come only when things seem to be most hidden, when it seems to be the furthest thing in our mind that this could be the time of Mashiach. And the reason is because the concealment itself is a preparation and prepares us to the revelation. The Rebbe said so many expressions that we are living in the times of Gula. Once he said, Hakol mochen lesuda. Everything's very ready for the feast for Mashiach. The table is set, everything is there. So what are we waiting for? So what is supposed to happen? And the Rebbe said, it is for us to reveal it. To reveal that hidden light, that Chav Zayin, that Zach, that pure light needs to be revealed. How do we reveal it? Simple. Another mitzvah, another good deed, more Ahavas Yisrael, sharing with each other, caring for each other. And as the Rebbe says, we need to do is Kabbalas Pnei Moshiach. Welcome Moshiach. Welcome means that he's here. But we have to reveal it. Famous story, the Rebbe once gave somebody an example that was going through a lot of challenges. And the Rebbe gave him an example about father was going to give a beautiful precious stone to his son. And he put it, covered it, another layer, another layer, another layer in a little box. And he gave the son a little box. The son was disappointed. That's what you're giving me? Check it out. He opened the box. He took off another layer of paper and another layer, another, and then he saw the precious gem. This is what's happening today, especially when we see those amazing miracles. The phenomenal miracles, how we see that the whole world is recognizing the Yad Hashem, God's hand, how He's protecting the Jewish people, how He's protecting Eretz Yisrael. This is the moment for us to recognize it is happening. And therefore, one more good deed. And in Mir Hashem today, we will celebrate with the Rebbe this Chav Zayin Adar.